Pow, 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 pow. August has been a good month here at Lily Labs HQ. POW has gained 12 new customers. That means we're at 39 customers leaving August. Almost 50, I would say. For this video, I've taken a look at the traffic going to use POW.app, and it seems most of the traffic is from Norway. Actually, half of it is from Norway, or 47% to be exact. I'm a little surprised it's that high, but this is something worth looking into because I don't really know how all these people have heard about POW, and that will be interesting to look into in September. After Norway, if we lump the rest of Europe together, that's 23%, followed by the US at 12% and India at 5%, and then, other countries below that. For traffic stats, we use Fathom, a privacy-first analytics tool, and I really recommend you swap Google Analytics out for Fathom if you're responsible for any web pages. I also had a look at goal completion for August. 18 people created an account and started onboarding. Then we lost 2 before the payment step and 4 during the payment step, meaning 13 people paid for POW in August, but one of them canceled, and that's why we left with 12 new customers. If you watched my first POW status update, you heard me talking about an onboarding sequence I wanted to make to get to know my users better. I started researching privacy-first marketing automation tools, but at the end of the month, it hit me. Why complicate things? We only have almost 40 customers. I could just email them manually. I think I actually learned more doing it this way, and then when it gets too much for me to handle, I can delegate it. And then when it gets way too much to handle, we'll automate it. I am prone to over-engineering and doing everything myself. It's a constant struggle, but I am getting better at catching myself before I go too far. One of the things I've done this month to combat this tendency in myself is to make a plan. As you can see, I'm a very digital planner. I've given myself internal deadlines where I am to hand over content to Monique, my virtual assistant, so that she can do that final phase of getting things out. When you do everything last minute, it's harder to get help. Another person that will be helping out is Marit. She's my good friend and often partner in crime. She's finally done with maternal leave, and she will be helping out on user testing. We're hoping to set up a consistent schedule of user testing sessions. I am scared, a little more scared than I'd like to admit, because I know there's room for improvement and parts of the app is not really that good, but it's another thing hearing it from my users. It's my baby after all. But I think it will be good for me and for the product. Ulla, the co-founder, junior developer, and father here at Lily Labs, is helping out more with development. At the moment, he is creating the feature that will let users change their password. Personally, I have finished redesigning the timeline. I have a working prototyping where I've cheated a little when it comes to the scrolling back and forth that I'm trying to achieve. This will be one of the first things Marit gets to user test, because if people don't like this notion of getting to scroll back and forth in time, there's no reason for me to figure out how to do infinite scrolling. But if you know how to do that in React, let me know in the comments, maybe even link to some resources. I also thought I'd fixed something that's very annoying. You get logged out every 24 hours. Doesn't really feel app-like. This is the only thing we've actually gotten feedback on from our current users. The backend as a service that we're using, Userbase, has changed so that I as a developer can decide how long my users should be able to stay in. I decided on 7 days because I think if you haven't been visiting the app for 7 days, then, it's fair to say that you should be logged out. But as I am my own user, I found out that it's not working. And I will have to figure out why it's not working. Maybe I misunderstood something, or maybe there's a bug with Userbase. Who knows? And that's all for today's video. If you found it interesting, please subscribe, and you can leave me a comment if you have any questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Until next time, bye-bye. Pow, pow, pow. Pow, pow, pow. Pow, 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 pow. Pow.